Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special Tardis Zone Talks. We're going to be talking survivors of the Flux, or as I like to now call it, survivors of Chris Chibnall's destruction of Doctor Who. You know, I've had time to think about it, these past few days, and the more I think about it, the more angry I am. I just don't know who this man thinks he is. But look, this is not about me. You heard my opinions on it when we did the panel. I'm gone past being angry because there's no point. I mean, it'll just stress me out if I get angry. I'm just gone beyond angry now. This man's an absolute clown. But as we heard from Gorminator, there is hope for the future because RTD is just going to completely ignore this, apparently, which will be great in a way, but will it be enough to bring fans back? We'll have to wait and see. But look, we're here to bring on a couple of people who obviously have watched the episode. Lee normally joins us for the panel, but he wasn't feeling well, and he was sleeping, which I kind of guessed anyway, because we said it on the panel. If he's not here, he's obviously conked out somewhere. God love him. But he's here tonight, and we've also got the lovely Melina. So without further ado, let's bring them on. So our first guest is the one and only Problembeing.
Hello.
And we got the one and only Melina Vader.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
And hello, everybody in the chat as well. We've got 18 people watching at the moment. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And look, we'll just get straight into it. I'm only streaming for a couple of hours, so that'll give you both plenty of time to get stuff off your chest, because I know Melina has a lot to say, and I know Lee has a lot to say. So we will start with ladies first.
Thank you. Yes, I would
Go ahead, Lee.
I would ask you, Lee, just if you do want to add on to what Melina has to say, just wait until after the both of you say what you need to say, and then you can come back on it. Do you know what I mean? For the next while. I just want to make sure that Melina gets a chance to get everything out off her chest, because I know she didn't last week. Mm-hmm. So we'll just make sure, and you'll get the opportunity as well. So without further ado, we'll just get straight into it, because as I said, I'm not feeling the best, I have to be honest, which is last night I went to take the dog out and I felt very lightheaded. And I actually, as Cheryl describes it, I collapsed in slow motion.
Oh.
She's making a joke and a laugh about it, which is I suppose I deserve it, because I do make a laugh and a joke over her all the time when she tells me that there's something wrong. But yeah, it was scary. I think it's just the fact that over the last 2 weeks I haven't been sleeping very well, and I just think something I felt fine after the fact. I sat down and then I kind of I was playing computer. I just knocked the computer off. Maybe I'm playing too many computer games. I don't know what it is, but I'm still feeling a bit. I don't know what it is. It's like there's a cloud over my head. I just don't feel great. So I think it is just a lack of sleep. To be honest, because it's never happened before, so it's a bit weird. Either that or Chris Chibnall has annoyed me so much that it suppressed all the anger that somehow it manifested itself or something, and I just...
Yeah, it's probably more contagious than COVID, I got Chibnall 19.
So it was freaky, it was, because I've never experienced that like that. And apparently, my face was a treat when it happened. So you know, we can laugh and joke about it now, but you know, at the time,
it's scary.
Yeah, it was scary. I had to sit on the floor for about 5 minutes after like it happened.
Can I just? I've got a heater on. Is it too loud? If it's too loud, just let me know. I'll switch.
Yeah, if it's too loud, let them know. But without further ado, anyway, I'll let you know if it's too loud in the private chat. Well, you'll see it yourself. Without further ado, we'll get straight into this, and we'll ask Melina what her thoughts were of Survivors of the Flux. Now, remember, there will be spoilers if you still haven't watched it. I would say don't watch it anyway. Don't put yourself through it. But if you are going to watch it still, no matter what we say, I would say to you, leave now because there's going to be a lot of spoilers. And just in case, there may be some bad language.
Oh, there's going to be bad language.
I never.
So, just because there is a lot of anger out there, and there does seem to be a lot of anger out there, nobody can hide from the fact that there is a lot of anger out there. These people can spin all they want. I recently saw that our favorite Mr. Fella still spinning the ratings. I don't know, and then compared it to streaming shows that are on Disney Plus, like, you know, like Doctor Who is on television. It's not on a streaming service, you moron. You can fucking, you know what I mean? If you can try and spin as much as you want, pal, the bottom line is the ratings are in the fucking bin. There's so much so that they've had to bring back fucking RTD to try fucking save the show. Stop with your spin. It's like it's like one of the, you know, the spin. It's like these spinning plates, like they fell off the fucking sticks a long time ago. You can't keep spinning the ratings, pal. They're bad. Just accept it. I know shilling has its perks because you recently had on Jamie Magnuson Stone on your channel. That's great, but don't be shilling. Tell the truth. You know it's shit. You know it's dog pile. But I suppose there's an upside to shilling to these people, isn't there? You get your free little interviews. Well done.
Yeah.
You little sellout. Anybody, and Lee was right. I haven't said it out straight, but Lee was right. Anybody that supports this tripe now is a traitor to Doctor Who and a traitor to the legacy of all of those people that were part of that show. Absolutely, I agree. Traitors all. And the fact that you're reveling in the fact that the destruction of this show is nearly complete just shows how ridiculous and pathetic and vile you people are. You have no respect for this franchise. A British icon flushed down the toilet. And now I'm done because I'm not going to get upset and get into a rant just in case I stress myself out. Anyway, now Ted is in here. You must know I'm cooking sausages. Leave him in here with me. If he barks, he barks. Anyway, let's get on with it. So, Melina, you walk away. I'm going to flip over me sausages while you're talking. I like proper sausages. Not the fucking go. Anyway, when Melina stops laughing her head off, she's going to get straight into it. Well, I'm glad everybody's having fun because I need to actually laugh a little bit because I'm very depressed, man. I'm depressed over this. I really am. The fact that he's doubled down. Look, next week he could do the switch and bait thing, but by the looks of things, it looks like that this is a different universe. But still, it still hurts. It still hurts even if he does put it in a bubble. It still fucking hurts. Like, and I think I didn't realize until I actually saw it that I'm still fucking hurt. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now and flip me sausages, and I'm going to leave you with Melina. Go ahead, Melina.
I'm not sure she's capable at the moment. Oh, bless her.
I don't know. Okay.
It's a sausage party.
Let's fine. Well, first off, hello everybody. I have a fan on, okay? So I'm sweating. If you hear the little fan thing, please. It's 88 degrees right now, so it's
Well, I've got my fan on, but it's because it's bloody cold.
oh yeah, well it's 88 and it's very sunny right now, so I'm sitting here all
jealous.
sweaty and so so anyway. I'm sorry. Now I got the giggles. I don't know if I can do this. First off, Lee, you can jump in whenever you
Flipping sausages, man.
Yeah. Well, I think we got that'll be a bloody t-shirt. Flip those sausages now.
I'm trying to get mad because I was really mad when I saw this episode.
Right.
And now okay, first off, I know that it was not gonna get retcon. I knew it, and it's not gonna happen. I knew it, but I was hoping in a way that Mr. Chibnall here was going to, I don't know if the word is fix it, but I get maybe the word tolerable, maybe, if that makes sense.
Yeah, make it more tolerable.
More tolerable. I can't. Tolerable. Tolerable. More, yeah. I'm sorry.
It's grand. Move on. We know what you're. We know.
Sounds like she's got a mouthful of sausage.
Yeah, so.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh God, this
So,
is.
Moving on.
Good evening. If you're wondering what we're talking about, so I have some sausages in the frying pan. I went to say I'm going to flip me sausages, and it's become a bit of a dirty joke for some weird reason. You know, I think like I would have had those jokes when I was a kid, you know, and stuff. Tactoyum.
Serious show.
Listen, right, back to the serious business of the survivors of the Flux. So anyway, go ahead, Melina.
Okay, so there's a lot of I want to say, and I think what I'm going to say is not exactly like a review, or it's just a lot of rant, a lot of just anger. I honestly, I am trying to be. And emphasis on trying. I'm really trying to be nice. I am trying to be very, I guess, fair, but I can't help but be very, very, very disappointed with Mr. Chibnall here. Because, and I think I'm more disappointed in myself because I gave this man a chance to prove me wrong, and I think you all know in the previous streams that I've been here that I actually was wanting and begging for him to prove me wrong. Really, but he just really disappointed me, and I felt like the story was, some parts were okay, some parts were good, but then and again, I'm sorry to say this, but every time, what's her name, Jody shows up, it just
It's a buzzkill.
Yeah. It's a buzzkill, exactly. It's like it really is like going through, I don't know.
It's like the person at a party that you try to avoid all night.
Yes.
And they keep finding you and talking to you. It's like that.
It's like when when you invite like a sleepover, and you invite that weird person, but that your parents made you invite over, and you don't like her or him, and then you're having fun and whatever, and then it results to like it wets the bed. So that
What an image.
You're welcome, by the way.
Thanks.
But I thought Kate was a waste. I don't know what she was there for. It was like
Oh, I'll tell you what she was there for. She was there
Plot
for
companion.
shows the destruction of unit. That's what she was there for, right? That's exactly what she was there for. And listen, you don't have to be kind here tonight, right, about me, right? Because we weren't kind on the panel on Sunday, right? There's no point of hiding the fact that this episode from start to finish was a complete shit show, right? And what he done in it disrespected the Brigadier, doesn't even know the history of fucking unit to begin with.
That's all.
Matchup. Apparently now there's two Tardises that were at unit, but nobody noticed the second.
Exactly. It was one what the fuck after another. I was watching the episode and I was cringing. Like I literally felt my stomach going like really like cringing and it was a waste. Having Kate there was a waste. I don't know. It's like I don't know. It just like there's Kate and okay and that's it. And then she went like she said, "Oh, I'm going." What she said? Well, I'm going to go dark.
Yeah.
It looks like something out of the Avengers movie. It was so cringe, man. And then the story or the not the well, yeah, the story with was Plank and John Bishop and Jericho. At least John Bishop was better in this episode. He was I liked him a lot. He was more, better and he was charming. Jericho was good, but Plank, aka Jazz, was absolutely useless. And that scene with the hologram was so cringy as fuck. My God, so boring. She was just sitting there and Jody talking with 100 words per minute, and then while in the meantime she was just just sitting there doing what she does best, looking off at the distance.
Yeah. That scene was put in there to pander to his little twats that looked this.
That's classic queer baiting right there, 101, and shaming him for that as well, frankly.
Yeah, because it makes no sense within the context of what we've watched so far over 3 eras. I think you see people say, well, look, I'll make it brief, right? You know me, I don't like the Doctor having any sort of a romantic relationship, right? But if Chris Chibnall was going to do something like this, right? Here's the problem that I have. I don't, even though I have personal opinion, if they did do it, right, I would want it to be done properly. Can you say that Chris Chibnall has built up this so-called feeling between the two characters, the Doctor and Yaz? No. So for me, it won't work if that is the resolution and them two end up having a bit of a snog, right?
No, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. No, it's bullshit. It's not like Madame Vastra and Jenny, where there's actual chemistry and actual romantic buildup between those two characters. And it was I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of like the romance thing because whatever, but I wouldn't mind honestly, but it's so forced. It looks so forced. It looks like it's going nowhere. And honestly, if these shippers, whatever, you know what? If you want to ship them, that's totally fine. I'm not against it. However, if you're insisting that it's canon, or you're trying to find clues or moments that they're love each other or something like that. Now, come on, you're just reaching. You're reaching. Don't you're reaching. There's nothing there. And I'm sorry, this feels really bad to say, but I actually see no chemistry between those two, not even as friends. And I feel like okay, I think John Bishop and Plank, I think they both have a little bit more chemistry. And when Jazz and when Jazz and
choking on a sausage. Sorry. Shit, what have I done? Oh, God, what have I done?
More interruptions from Mr. Bean will not review it.
Anyway,
Yes.
I thought Jazz was actually a little bit more more tolerable. You know what I mean? I thought that she went well
Not really.
when she was in the scenes with Don Bishop, because I think he was the where he carried her through. Also, should I mention that Chinno cannot write comedy?
Yeah,
He cannot do
I
comedy.
know. Everybody is saying that their favorite funny part of that episode was the Indian guru guy. I found that the cringiest thing when I was watching live. And I even said, okay, you've told the same joke 3 times now. It's not funny the first time, and it's certainly not funny the next 3 times that he does it.
Now, you all know, I think all of you know that I laugh a lot, and I love to laugh. I love comedy. I laugh at anything. And I know that comedy is what's the word, subjective and whatever, but I have to say it's not well written. The delivery was bad. It was so cheesy and was so cringy. It looked like he was making an attempt to make it like funny, and it failed. It absolutely failed. um One thing I wanted to mention was that when I knew that lady, the what's her name, tech term rectum, whatever her fucking name
Rectum.
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 Oh,
Brilliant.
to that person, rectum, when I fucking knew it, that was gonna be the lady who kidnapped that little girl and then fucking killed her over and over again. And she's the head, the leader of the division, obviously.
yeah.
So okay, this is what I'm trying to understand here. So apparently the doctor, or the doctor did not run away from Gallifrey. So, and it's not even from Gallifrey. Did it try to run away from the division? That's what it was trying to do. Like, was I still don't get it. I really don't. And he's trying to, I guess, to answer some questions, but to me it created more plot holes. It really did. And oh god, I knew that was gonna happen, but why even kill it further? It's like overkill already at this point. And it's like throwing salt to the wound, really. Make it at least tolerable. That word. Make it, at least like, okay, well, I don't like this plot, I don't like this story, but it happened, and then we can move on. But it's so hard to kind of go past that. And I don't know, man. I just felt like I was fucked in the ass. I really did. And if I knew I was gonna get fucked that hard in the ass, I wouldn't gone to the nearest Walgreens and get myself some K-Wire lube or whatever. I really felt like, oh fuck, and it's my fault. It's my fault because I'm the one who actually bent over. I'm like, I trust you, Chinmo.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna give it to me good, and I completely trust you. But no. See, I blame myself. I think I blame myself more for actually being a really dumbass cheerleader and be like, oh, Tina, I know you can do it. I know you can. You prove me right. Prove me wrong. I mean, and same with Jodie. Like, I couldn't stand her in this episode. I really couldn't. And I mean, not excuse me, not her as an actress. Like, I mean, like the way she portrayed the Doctor. And I don't understand why so forced. Why trying so hard? I am so fucking done with her. Like, you know what's so funny? I think Jazz did more than the Doctor. I feel like Dan and Jazz and Jericho and all the other side characters, I feel like they did more than
Yeah, they're doing all the universe saving, and she says that she's going to save the universe. They're all going to do all the groundwork for her and all the hard work. She's going to waltz in with her sonic screwdriver. Bang! I saved the universe. No, you didn't. Everybody else fucking did. You were taking.
What? She didn't do shit. All she did was just, just talk and wave around her vibrator around. That's all what she did. And she's not doing anything. And you know what? Something that I'm noticing here, that I truly felt like with series 11 and 12 and right now, I still feel like the Doctor hasn't really done anything in a sense that is, how do I say, like very, I don't want to use the word epic, but epic, like a moment that is like, wow, you see the Doctor as a savior, as a hero in your eyes. Do you follow what I'm saying? It just feels like all she does is just talk a lot, trying to explain a lot, and just with her sonic screwdriver, that's all what she does. I don't feel like she's doing actually anything or any saving or the kind of,
She's a passenger in her own story. Really.
exactly. And it feels like she's
Very passive.
exactly, and it feels like she's not carrying the story. Like it's all, the universe depends on her. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? It doesn't feel that way at all. And I'm here. I promise you that I gave it a chance. I promise you that I saw this with a very open mind, an open heart, and sadly with when open ass cheeks, because like I said, I got fucked in the ass. And it was horrible, absolutely horrible. And I and after the episode was done, the what's her name, Rectum, um confirmed that the master was telling the truth.
And you know why that line was put in there? That line was a direct fuck you
Yes.
to the fans who were trying to desperately find a way that this was all a complete nonsense, and that, you know, all hope hinged on this being just the master being an unreliable narrator or a liar, or, you know, true to form, true to character. But no, he put that line in just to make absolutely damn sure that, you know, he was
that he
sticking
knew
two
it.
fingers up.
He
Yeah.
basically knew it, and all your screaming and shouting is not going to make a difference, basically.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree. And I actually felt that he did it in a way like, because a lot of people, all the majority of us were saying, the story will be better or will make more sense if it will be the master always lies. You know, the master lied, and he is actually the timeless child. But no, he did it in a way that it was like purposeful, like very like a malicious intent. I'm like, no, I am going to shove my middle finger up fans' asses. That's what exactly I'm gonna do, and that's what he did. That's what it felt to me. It really did. And again, it's not fair, because here I am wanting. I actually don't want. I don't want to. I'm trying to sound mean, but it's just I'm really, really mad, and I'm very disappointed. And honestly, I can't imagine anybody, absolutely anybody, going around and saying like this is the best episode, or that it answers so many questions, because this is such a bad episode. I'm starting to really not give a fuck about Bender, whatever the fuck his name is, Bell, what's it called? The guy from the 1900s. Who the hell is he? What the fuck is he doing there? I don't give a fuck. I really don't care about any of these people. Not even, what's her name, Diana. I don't care. I think I want them all dead. I'm at the point where I'm like, oh, you know what? Let them just like just flux off. And I went to the point like I really don't give a fuck about any of these characters. When at the beginning I was getting, warmed up to them, and I was like, oh, okay, he's a pretty interesting character, like Bender and whatever and all that stuff. And also what I noticed is that this episode was fucking all over the place. It was all over the place. This is an absolute desperate attempt to just have all these side stories, all these characters. He has too many characters, too many stories. Like I say, it's a paella of shit that he makes that makes absolutely no sense. I'm like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to tell me? What's going on? And it just makes absolutely no sense. And the biggest fuck you to me was the rectum saying, the doctor, that confirming that he's not from Gallifrey, confirming that the master was telling the truth. And when Miss Jody here was saying, like, how many lives, she said something like that, right? How many lives I had, 1,000, hundreds, thousands. And it's like, oh my God. Again, so Hartnell wasn't the first doctor.
Well, I don't give a fuck what Chibnall says he
I
is.
don't give a fuck either. Trust me, I don't. But it's again, it's a huge fuck you. And I'm sorry. I'm trying to respect everybody's opinion and point of view, but honestly, I can't get over how anybody, absolutely anybody, could say that this is a good episode and that Chimno, what he's doing is open the possibilities and all that stuff. Like, I have people on my Facebook who this is like, this person I know started watching Doctor Who together, and they are absolutely praising every single episode. I'm like,
God,
look, man, how? And it's they're like,
noobs.
yeah, no, and the thing is, like, started watching Doctor Who together, and that's what I understand. And I'm convinced that it is solely because the Doctor is a woman, solely because of that. And the I don't get it, and I try to ask, it's like, what the hell do you see? What's so successful about this? If it were so successful, it wouldn't be suffering so much right now. Like, I don't know what the ratings of this last episode is, but from what I know, from what I heard in the live streams, is that it's been declining. It's still low ratings. You
No,
can't,
this one was up on last week's.
huh?
This episode was up on last week's episode.
It's still something like the third lowest or something.
Yeah, but still, it gained more.
Well, it only got a bump because of the previous
one. Yeah, that's
episode.
that's what
But
it is.
even though that was the lowest one in New Who history, but yeah,
It's still not good. It's still not good. It's still not good because this is supposed to be the last series of Jodie. This is supposed to be like her moment. Excuse me. I guess you could say this is supposed to be her moment. This was supposed to be a lot of people, be more interested in and seeing how this is going to end. And if anybody is denying this, I don't know. I feel sorry for you, because as much as I fucking love Peter Capaldi, I'm not going to deny that the views were bad, and then the ratings were going low, and it's not his fault. It's fucking BBC. By the way, can we talk about BBC? How much I fucking hate them so much. I'm so sorry. I fuck the BBC. Fuck them. I'm sorry. I can't take it. It's just, how can they allow this bullshit? How can they allow this to have, like, this show that is so loved for over 60 years, to have it, have completely destroyed in a couple of episodes? How I just don't get
I have
it.
a theory on that, actually, and I'm starting to actually believe that it might actually come true now.
What?
But I actually believe, right? Now, and this sounds crazy, right? But it has happened before. But I honestly do believe they're trying to kill the franchise, right? And they're gonna obviously, RTD is coming back, and he successfully rebuilt it in 2005. I think they're looking to reboot this whole show from the very beginning. That's what I think. I think that's why RTD is being brought back in. I think he's going to start off again. Maybe the Doctor will be from Gallifrey. I don't think he will do the Chris Chibnall thing. But I think what he's going to do is he'll go back to the start. He'll do his own stories, and then he'll expand the universe. That's what I'm starting to think now. Because we've been told he will ignore this, whether it's true or not now. I don't know now at this stage, because, you know, this is just a complete utter fuck up. And the Brigadier, right? I know people are all loving that scene, right, where walking down the stairs and then there's audio of him shouting, right, in the background. I thought it was absolutely disgraceful. And by the way, for anybody that says, well, Stephen Moffat did something that was even worse. Yeah, I agree.
What?
Stephen Moffat put the Brigadier in a Cyberman fucking...
Yeah, that was fucking
right?
awful.
That was awful as well, right? But so was the Chibnall thing. So I'm not going to hide from the fact
actually,
that...
I found it more... I actually find it that Moffat did it more respectful compared to this, at least. I mean, if you want to compare, I think it's less disrespectful than what Mr. Chibnall did, honestly. But that, again, that's just my opinion. I feel I don't. It's hard to believe, and I apologize that Chibnall is actually a fan of this series, because as someone who loves this show wouldn't go this far as to destroying so much canon or the legacy of Doctor Who. Say what you want about Moffat, say what you want, but damn, if you want to compare Jesus, he didn't go this far. I mean,
No.
there was a lot of what the fuck moments. I won't deny it. I'm not
He
gonna
knew where to draw the line. Moffat did. Moffat knew what he could
exactly
get away with and what he couldn't get away with, and he used to always tease. That was the biggest. I think that's the biggest attribute that he actually has. He used to tease us and drive us mad at the same time, but then he'd do something completely different, and we'd be like, "Oh, for God's sake, thank you, Moffat." You know, that sort of way. But Chris Chibnall's like as if there are no barriers and anything goes for him. I mean, the way, remember that scene with Kate Stewart and the Grand Serpent is harping back to that throwaway line where the Doctor, see, this is where I think people, it does actually make sense. So, do you remember in the festive special, was it the festive special or was it the end of series, one of the series, where she rings up about Una and they said Una had been disbanded? Well, that Kate Stewart and Grand Serpent scene is basically the same. That's how it happened. Kate Stewart has gone dark, right? So Una has been disbanded while she's went dark. And that little throwaway line to Osgood, Osgood, I'm going dark. Bleeding pathetic, man.
Oh God, it was stupid. It was pathetic. Like I said, it looked like something out of Avengers, like Shield or something. It was so cringe. And I thought, first of all, I thought, oh wait, is he seriously gonna kill her? Really? Is it gonna be?
I thought he was gonna kill her at first. I said, you better not kill Kate. You better not. I was even during the watch along, I was saying, you better not kill her. You better not. Oh my God, my blood was boiling at that stage. But thankfully he didn't. But I do love that line, the lines that he gave Kate Stewart when she was talking to the Grand Serpent.
Yeah.
I love the fact that she was like her dad, where she's not going to back, even though she knows she's in a situation, she's not going to back down just like her dad wouldn't. And I thought that was great. But then to give her the pathetic line, then I'm going down. Like, that was the destruction of Unit right there, folks. He showed it. So this is all these little loopholes that are plot holes he's trying to fix, but they're not the ones that we want fixed. The main one that we want fixed. And remember, it could still change because the fob watch has the Doctor's memories in it.
What
right? So the fob watch can still show a different, and I think Lee is right. The fob watch is basically going to show us everything that happened during the Timeless Children. We're going to find out the true origins of the timeless children. So there still is a way out, even right now, with the second last episode done. There's still a way out for him. And I reckon if Lee is right, he's going to do a scene where she gets her memories back or something, and then you're going to see everything that happened within a scene. And that's how he'll tie up all the loose ends of all of this other crap that he's done. It's not just the destruction of unit. He's reinforced the timeless child. And Mother of the Year, Tech Poyum. What round of applause for the Mother of the Year.
Yeah,
memories as well. We killed the child multiple times, tortured her for son, and kidnapped her. Let's not forget, that's what Chris Chibnall's teaching their kids. It's all right to kidnap a child that you find somewhere, bring them home and experiment on them, and then just for good measure, murder them time and time again just to find a secret of regeneration. Yeah, that's what he's taught us, all right. Fucking idiot. Go ahead anyway. Because I'm about to get angry now and I don't want to.
Yeah, but you can jump in, Ashley, whenever. Like, it doesn't have to be me. Like, Lee, you can say.
Yeah, Lee, what did you think? Go on, get this shit off your chest. You're in confession now, so.
Where do I start?
Right.
I just think this is the height of Chibnall's arrogance, frankly. I think it's an incredibly narcissistic move to double down on this against all opposition. And under this deluded Twitter-supported notion that it creates new mysteries and new stories. No, it doesn't. It's a contrivance. If you have to contrive a mystery, no one cares because we see it as what it is, a contrivance. You're not adding anything. You're adding a facade. You're putting lipstick on a pig, right? And that's exactly what is going on. You've taken away the mystery of the Doctor by making the Doctor something so
unlikable,
exactly.
Untouchable, immortal, space Jesus, preachy fucker. And Gary said something on Nerdrotic, and I think it was right. It's you've created this thing to make the Doctor more diverse and more inclusive. Yet, how comes then, if the Doctor is now more inclusive than ever, are people tuning out? You've made something that appealed to so many people on so many levels, women, men, black, white, you name it. Cosplayers, women dressing up as the 12th Doctor, more than probably the women dressed as the 13th Doctor. I can't prove that, but it seems logical. It seems reasonable to me from what I've seen. And for what? For what? All of this timeless child thing was not there as a creative decision to move the story forward or to create new mystery or to create new stories. It was there purely in order to dilute the 12 previous incarnations. That's all it was there for, right? And I'm done with people claiming that this creates new mystery. No, it doesn't. It's a contrivance. I'm sorry. If your entire fucking premise for this inclusion of this thing, this retcon, which they deny is a retcon because they say they're just adding to the.
Is it? So you're adding by creating more plot.
I'm sorry, you don't add by subtraction, and this is what this is. This is adding. This is their logic, right? You add something by taking something away. No, you do not. That's not how this works, and it's such a memed response right now. This is like the Twitter double down. The supporters of this rubbish, and I call them the Vichy fans, and like the French who went along with the Yahtzee occupation. That's how I see them. I see them as absolute traitors to Doctor Who, and why? Because it seems to me that these people like to talk a lot about colonialism, colonizing. Yeah. That's what they've done. They've moved into this fandom. They've supported an era which is failing creatively, intellectually, and popularity-wise. in order to push their belief system, their agenda, which they are never, ever are honest about. They always deny that it's politically motivated, yet they're always supporting Doctor Who always being political. They never admit when it's actually being political in the sense that this is done for a political reason, not a creative reason. And people see through that. And because people see through that, they don't like it. But it's intelligent people who can spot and see through very transparent machinations are going on within the BBC, quite frankly. And how's that working out? Well, you know, RTD, Sony, Bad Wolf for coming in to rescue the show. Why is it needing rescuing? Because of what's been done to it. And Chibnall has doubled down on the very thing that caused the schism within this fandom and within the viewing public in general. This awful story, for me, is worse than The Timeless Child.
Oh, yeah.
Children, whatever you want to, Gormless Children, I call it. The reason being is not just so much that it's doubled down, it's the way it was doubled down.
Yeah.
You had this most important fucking woman of all fucking Time Lord history that we've never known about before. Exposition dumping, which the Doctor is acting more like a companion than the Doctor, because always just the ones asking the fucking questions. She's a fucking passenger in her own story. She comes across this woman who, surprised that she doesn't recognize it, even though she was responsible for wiping her entire memory. Go figure. And then she gets killed at the end.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, the woman that can give us all the answers.
The most important fucking woman in Time Lord fucking history, the history of Gallifrey, the whole fucking lot.
Yeah.
She's appeared on screen twice. Once last season as a different woman, without a fucking line being said. And then, after an exposition done by the Master in a fucking montage, which destroyed the canon, and then the double down comes from this woman, just appears on screen, like end of a previous episode, and this, and then she gets turned to fucking glitter. After exposition dumping and just doubling down, she was just inserted there as a middle finger to this fandom, saying, "Yeah, fuck your theories, I'm doubling down. Take it to the bank, motherfuckers." That's basically what was done for. And of course, Swarm just turn up because Deus Ex Machina, they can for some reason, somehow unexplained, like everything else. And it's just like, oh, geez, fucking H. Louise. Oh. And then just looking at the story, it's just hot. And we're led to believe that these companions who were stuck in the 1900s, 1909 or 1904, whatever the fuck it was, 1901. No, yeah, 1901. So they're stuck there on an island floating in space, basically, in a village that's isolated and floating in space. Somehow they managed to travel the world. So did the Flux retreat? How did they get off? Because everywhere they went, remember, they were surrounded by space. Yeah. Now all of a sudden they're traveling the fucking world in a year, in a single year, by boat, on a steamboat, in a year, traveling from Constantinople to fucking Mexico to fucking China to fucking England and back again. Like, that would take years. 1 year, of course. And then the comic relief. I mean, I loved the Jericho character from previous story, and just to see him being another foil for Yaz, right? The two blokes on either side of this stunning and brave woman of amazing capabilities who gracefully glides down while they land on their ass. It's just fuck off, right? And just fucking done with that. It's completely ridiculous. Now I'll say the character of the guru and the mountain. I laughed the first time. I liked his character. I liked him straight away. And then, as you said, proceeded to say the same joke 3-4 fucking times. I was like rolling my eyes. Like you turned. The actor was great. The character was really good. But then you ruined it by the writing, by making this character just telling the same fucking joke over and over again. First time was funny for me. I thought it was funny. Second time, not so much. Third time, I'm just like, for fuck's sake, move this on. And then what happens? Oh, he's you call your dog or whatever, and then they go off to China, and then they decimate fucking loads of fucking countryside to paint out this sign, which somehow back in 1904 only gets spotted there and then by Doggo.
Right.
And then he's informed somehow, like the trees didn't overgrow the sign or anything like that. No one noticed that sign ever at all in the last 120 odd years. So no one fucking noticed it. But then he notices sometime in the future and can't do anything about it anyway. So what's the point? And no trees have overgrown that entire message all this time, and no one's noticed it at all. Just fuck off, right? Just fuck off. Then you've got the unit thing. Jesus fucking wept.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that.
Fuck's sake.
But this is the thing, right? He's done a couple of things here with unit which make no sense.
Well, he's a corporate. What is it? It was a colonel.
Yeah.
But then he had to be. So why is he? Hold on, I forget the ranking.
He's a corporal now. Corporal.
He's a corporal in that. So to get to where he would have been, he had to have been a colonel in the first place. Right. So then he was back to being a corporal. Then right. It becomes brigadier. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
Now listen, we know that the unit's backstory with the brigadier is a bit of a fuck up. Okay, we know the canon for the brigadier and unit is a bit of a muddle.
Yeah, it is.
But you don't fucking lean into that by making it yet another fucking problem.
Even worse. He's made it worse. He's created more. See, this is what he's done, right? He's come in with this grand plan that I don't think he actually had in the first place, but decided to go with this grand plan, right, of trying to fix certain plot holes that he believes exist within classic Doctor Who by actually adding a lot more plot holes on top of it. He's not fixing that, and that's the thing.
He's not.
He's just he's ruining canon, ruining unit, ruining the Doctor. Just fuck off already.
Yeah,
just go.
That's his problem with all things classic.
And you know what? You're like, and then so you're telling me this fucking snake guy turns up.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just playing for, you know, he's
he was able to insert himself into UNIT.
So like there's a super secret organization by these elites who want to create UNIT, and they just like have a little you know, they've never met this guy before, and they just start talking over a shooting game, and then it's like, oh, do you want to join UNIT? You know, like, I mean, really? So you just invite a complete stranger into a top secret fucking organization, and then he ends up running the fucking thing. Of course, you know, like that, you know, oh, you scratch my, I mean, like, come on, really? That's so dumb. And then, you know, no one, you know, everyone notices he hasn't fucking aged, which no one seems to fucking think, well, maybe there's something to this, you know.
But let's give credit.
Hold on, but like you know, so all this time the brigadier doesn't know any of this stuff that's going on. That extra Tardis doesn't know anything about. But Kate does. She spots it straight away. Well, not straight away. 2017, right? So it was set in 2017. That's when she noticed. She didn't notice it in 2013 or 2014, 2015 or 2016, but she notices it now. When Brigadier, her father didn't at all, obviously. And then she tells this fucking guy, she knows what he's about. She knows he's an alien. She's got this psychic thing because obviously she knows it's going to attack her psychically, obviously. And then what does she do? She goes home.
No.
So she's exposed. No, wait. She's exposed this guy who's running UNIT.
Yeah.
She knows he's an evil monster alien thing. And what does she do? She goes home.
And our house gets blown up again.
And our house gets blown. What do you think is going to happen? You know, like, you go home, you've exposed this guy, and then, oh, look, it's 6:20 now, I better go home. Got some wine on the go. You don't just go home after you've exposed who this fucker is. When you've got no leverage over him, you've got no proof. So, like, you know, you would at least write in that story, wouldn't you? You'd at least write, if you try and do anything to me, I've got a dossier on you, I've got all the proof, all the evidence, and it's a dead man switch, something like that. But no. So they've written her to be a fucking moron as well, because she just goes home. She's exposed the most dangerous thing on earth, and then she just fucking walks home. Like, really?
I want to say something about Craig Parkinson, right? I've seen him in Misfits, so I already knew he was a great actor. He is great. The problem is the character that he's playing. We know that his character is has basically fucked up Yuna. So I'm kind of drawn, right? Because and I'm kind of like, you know, in two minds over him, because he's a terrific actor, and I think he was the best thing about this whole episode. To be quite honest with you, the scenes with him were just.
I don't see that. I don't see that. I see him as a typical moustache twirling villain, right? It's so pantomime, and the fact that he just got his way through being suave and talking his way into just bollocks. I'm sorry.
That is
written like
bollocks. I'm just talking about the scenes that he was in. His acting.
Well, he can chill up the scenery, but what's the point when you're spouting bollocks?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Listen, it was to insult Unit like that. And as Lee has rightly pointed out, look, a Doctor Who canon isn't perfect. It does have plot holes all over the place.
Well, that's why you leave it alone. That's why you leave it. If you try and go back and fix things, you just make it worse.
Exactly. RTD left it alone, or you might have added something, maybe a throwaway line that would add to it, but not actually create more plot holes. Moffat the same in some aspects. He did create some plot holes, when I'm not going to lie there, but his plot holes, at least they were, you know.
Yeah, but look, think about it. Like, the Third Doctor, stuck on Earth, needs parts for his TARDIS. There's a fucking TARDIS standing in the fucking office there somewhere. No one fucking thought to mention this.
Nobody noticed the TARDIS, including the Doctor. Okay, the Brigadier maybe on Corporal Lethbridge Stewart now, for fuck's sake. Oh, you mean to tell me, though, the Doctor and all his time there at Unit, while he was stranded on Earth, never seen the second TARDIS? Never seen the second TARDIS.
Jeez. I give up, man. This man's a fucking moron. I'm sorry.
Listen, he's a hack, right? I told you before, when he was given the job, a lot of YouTubers called this out, right? Said he was wrong to show run. He was the wrong writer. All of those YouTubers should be given a pat on the back, because they foreseen the fucking future. I tell you, this is before he's even on YouTube. I used to say it on Facebook a lot. I never wanted Chris Chibnall to be showrunner. I was actually quite disappointed when he got.
This story was trying to be the what's the one with River Song in it and Amy and all that, and the silence, and the silence. What was that one? We watched it not that long ago. The Wedding of River Song, was it that one?
Yeah, Wedding of River Song. Yeah.
So I mean, it's written to be like that, isn't it? And he's trying so hard to write in this sort of timey-wimey, Moffat-y kind of way, and he just fucking ties himself up knots.
That's the problem, though. He just can't do it. He doesn't know. It's too complex for him.
It's too chaotic. He doesn't know how to create. Like, remember what I said the last time, that the difference is that Moffat is chaos, is organized chaos.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Because you can at least get some understanding of what he's trying to do. And even years later, after some of these stories, I can see what you were trying to do, but you poorly executed it. But Chris Chibnall just poorly executes from start to finish. You know, we think we're getting a good start, because we've all said that, like, he starts off the series quite well, so we think. Yeah. But that's the thing. It's all smoke and mirrors, and Lee was right the first night. He was right the first night. I got that handed to him. He says, yeah, this is beautiful. It looks great and all of that, but he said it was all going to be crap. And
I said the long shadow of the Timeless Child is going to be the deciding factor. And that's the thing that's going to decide the fate of this series. And he lent into it, and I think the proof will be in the pudding next week.
Well, next week he still has it out with that fob watch, where he takes the opportunity and does the right thing now is anybody's guess. But if going by his past behaviour, I reckon we're in for quite a shock. on Sunday. I think he's leaned into it, as Lee said. He's probably going to reinforce it now next week, and it's tied up and done. Bang. Now, whether it's going to be in that universe bubble that we were talking about, or whether it's going to be part of their universe, that'll be the big question on Sunday. But this man, yeah, I agree with Lee. It's arrogant. He's supposed to be a nice guy. This is what we were told. Supposed to be a nice guy. Garminator was on, as you know, over the weekend, and he was talking about, because a lot of fans were worried about what had happened, and he came on to try reassure fans. Apparently, RTD will just ignore all of this.
Not good enough.
But
Not
that's the thing.
Good enough.
Lee, now, that's what I was going to ask, Lee, and you're not the only one. Do you think now there'll be a lot more people that will be like you now, and will have that opinion, and won't come back now, even if RTD is coming back? It's not good enough now. It's the show is basically.
It's not Doctor Who. I'm sorry. You can't just come in, right, in one season, in one episode, in like a few minutes, just totally retcon the fucking the lore of the show, ultimately, fundamentally rearrange everything of the Doctor's personal canon, let alone the history of Gallifrey. Not a single mention of fucking Rassilon, Omega, nothing. And then just dismiss it, and then shoehorn in millions of whatever fucking incarnations of the Doctor, and the Doctor's not from Gallifrey. And I mean, look, the fact that there's so many inconsistent bloody plot holes left, right, and fucking center by this arse who's come into this show thinking he's fucking God, right? Fucking Antichrist, as far as I'm concerned, right? That's how I feel about Chibnall.
No.
And the fact that he's doubled down on this.
Yeah.
And fundamentally, ultimately changed everything about what the Doctor is, and everything about the lore, everything we've loved for decades about this show. It's not Doctor Who anymore. This is something else. They've changed. And all these arseholes who keep saying, Doctor Who's always been about change. Fuck off. We've been watching the show for 40 years. We've seen it change. We embraced New Who. We saw it change in front of our eyes, and we loved it. This is not about this is about contrivance.
Yeah.
Right? This is for contrivance for people who have an attention span of a fucking 2-year-old.
Yeah.
This is bollocks. You're being bollocksed at. You're being lied to. You're being manipulated, and you're going along with it because you're fucking conformists. You're scum, and you are fucking wrong. I'm sorry. I'm angry. I'm angry because I'm tired and sick and tired of people defending this crap and telling us we're wrong. Fuck you. You are fucking traitors. You're traitors to Doctor Who, and you are Vici fans. Anyone who sucks up to fucking Chris Chibnall's an arse. An arse. And I'm sorry. That's the truth of the matter. I'm not going to fucking pussyfoot around this any longer, because for the last few years, we've been gaslit for the last fucking 5 years. I'm sick to fuck of it. And you people are fucking traitors. And I'm fucking angry and I'm upset because this is something I have loved. And wait till you fuckers have loved something for 40 years and watch it change. Yeah. It's not nice, trust me, right? Wait till you get to that point. Maybe you don't have enough depth because you can take this fucking rubbish and think it's wonderful. So maybe you just don't have the capacity to understand breadth and depth of feeling or anything because you're fucking narcissists. And I'm sick to fuck of pussyfooting around these fucking damaged people who just want to fucking dictate to us what Doctor Who is and is not anymore. It's like, it's a disgrace.
Or if we don't like it, we're and then what they call
exactly. Look, I'm not listening to these fuckers anymore.
I was gonna say, going along where you're trying to say, Lee, that in my Facebook, when I was ranting. I said pretty colorful Spanish words when I saw the episode. There's the Facebook page, Doctor All Things Who. They posted this, that regardless how you feel about this era, the Doctor can be played by anyone. If that angers you, then you will never listen to this. You were never a real fan of this show to begin with.
And this is the shit we put. I saw that tweet and I responded to that.
You're just
It just
pathetic.
pisses me the fuck off, right?
And
These
then-
are the same people who went into fucking chase Peter Purvis on Twitter, an 82-year-old legend, a national treasure. They went into his DMs and then reported publicly what was said in private DMs to this wonderful man about his position on vaccine mandates. And they made it public and then made it all about themselves and how this affected them. And everyone was like, oh, you're so stunning and brave talking about it. Oh, it's so sad that he thinks that way. Oh, you think he's such a nice person when he's not really. I mean, what? These are the people, right? These are the people who chased Peter Davison off Twitter. These are the same assholes who sit in judgment over us 24 fucking 7 on
and
Twitter.
harass
The
and
sanctimony is outrageous. And these people.
It's bullshit. I hate everything about this.
Listen, they are traitors. They are Vici fans, right? That's how we need to start looking at these people. There won't be any fucking actors left on Big Finish if these fuckers have their way, because they'll be like finding fault in absolutely everyone who's over the age of 30 for their own fucking gratuitous fucking need for power. Yeah. That's what this is. Power. They want power because they have fucking none in their lives. They want to tell us and dictate to us that we're not real fans because we don't understand the changes. Piss off. Bollocks.
Listen.
Child.
It says here that when it says if that angers you, then you were never a real fan of the show. To begin with, you're just a Dalek. And then
they are the Cybermen.
The moron who wrote this says, and for all the people still lying to themselves because they watched the show for a long time, that makes you even more fake of a fan and a fool because you pick up any of the core values of being for the show.
Yeah, that was a Facebook group. That post is being put around everywhere. I put it up on Twitter to show people. Well, here's the funny thing about that. So they throw up that post, right, where they basically call people fake fans if they don't get with the program and become sheep like them. Right, that they decided to turn off comments, right, and only allow comments that they can approve, but there's no comments up, so they haven't approved any comments. But it literally comes up. I took the screenshot. They stopped people from commenting after they wrote that up. So the post was put up and they knocked the comments off straight away. There's not one comment.
Exactly.
So here it is again, though. You know, this is why we have a problem with groups like this and people that think like these people. You don't give anybody a chance to have their say.
Where's the empathy and sympathy? Look, if someone loses something that means something to them, you expect at least a level, right? A level of sympathy or empathy or something. No, these people just like, haha, you're upset. That makes me happy. Like, how fucked up is that?
Yeah, so I threw up a poll.
Grief,
I didn't want to actually bring it up, but I will because it kind of comes in line with what Lee said. So I put up a poll and I asked, was Chris Chibnall the worst thing about Doctor Who? Was he the worst thing to happen Doctor Who? And I see a lot of posts everywhere. This poll's rigged, and I go in and I check. And of course, all the supporters and lovers of this area.
It's not a vote on the show. It's not a vote on Chibnall. It's a vote on you, Noel. That's what it was.
That's all it was, yeah. And then I actually found the post of the person who encouraged. So look, you know, at the end of the day, right? I don't really.
They have to lie and cheat through their entire lives to try and get one over it. They can't do anything honestly, and this is the thing that makes me annoyed. For all their sanctimony, right, and their self-righteousness and their fucking morality, which is like, you know, you can't question it because it's like religion to these people.
Yeah.
They have no fucking scruples. Like they go and they will do whatever it takes to lie, manipulate, and fudge things and cheat and like. I'm sorry, you have no business claiming any fucking authority over anything when you're that fucking infantile that you have to fucking do this kind of shit. It's mind-blowing to me.
It was like vote no, so Noel doesn't get the answer that he wants. Well, whether you like it or not, this fandom will speak. this happened again.
The general audience has spoken.
Yeah,
Just look at the ratings.
But here's the thing as well. They did the same thing during the William Hartnell poll that I did. I said, was William Hartnell the first Doctor at the time, this child? And they tried to rig that. And
like they did with the Radio Times poll, where they said Dottie Whittaker was the best.
And I'm so confident that you will lose this one, because people will see that poll, and there's a lot of anger out there. And I do believe that, yes, you've gotten a head start right now, but I do believe by the end of when that poll ends, that the result will reflect what's actually the British public and Doctor Who fans actually think. So I'm not worried right now. Some people are telling me that I should take the L. I never take the L. People should know that. I never take the L because I'm confident in Doctor Who fans. I know how they feel. Lee is actually speaking for a lot of fans right now. I've seen it.
I'm angry. I'm not going to apologize to these people. Why the fuck should I apologize to these people anymore? They've been treating us like dog shit for the last fucking 5 years. Told to die of cancer. Told all these things. You don't belong in this family. Get out of the... You don't like it. Don't want... Fuck you.
All the things... Okay, first off, like that comment on Facebook that I just mentioned right now, those are the kind of comments that actually... it sets in motion the bullying and the harassment. When they think that they're doing the right thing, they think that they're let's make it a safe space for all Whovians, but they're not doing that. What they're trying to do is
an elitism. They're an elite. They're forming an elite.
And therefore, it's a cult. It's beginning to form like a cult now. It's not fair because there are eras and episodes and moments of Doctor Who that you're you can disagree or not like. There's a lot of people who don't like I don't know, Christopher Eccleston, for example. There are people. There's a friend of mine doesn't like Peter Capaldi. My Peter Capaldi. What did I do? Did I call him I don't know.
Ageist, Scottish phobic.
There's this one girl who I met. Now this is in person. All right, this was in person, in your face. When I went to Hot Topic, and I was looking for. I was actually looking for Doctor Who T-shirts and stuff like that. And she said, "Oh, I stopped watching Doctor Who because I don't like Matt Smith. I don't like Matt Smith. He's too immature. He's too like little boy." Whatever. And I said, "Oh no, but you're missing a great era." She's like, I might watch it, but I'm not interested anymore. Did I call her names? Did I insult her? Did I put it on Twitter? Did I harass her and say, you know what, get the
Did you form a 3,000 member hate mob to target individuals? No.
Did I call her not my doctor? I didn't do any of those things. What? Did it stop me from breathing? Did it stop me from living? It didn't stop me from any of those things. And this era is absolutely this era. I hate everything, absolutely everything about this era. The fans and I still stand by what I say, that it brought out the nastiest fans. And if you think that I'm over about what happened to me, you are fucking mistaken.
Here's the thing.
I know you have to forgive.
Yeah, but they talk about how toxic this fandom was, right? Now, I'm going to tell you a little story, because this is, because I'm a lot older than most of these Jodie Whittaker fans. So let me educate you a little bit, right? And I'm going to keep this brief. So you say that the fandom was toxic, right? That it's always been toxic. This is what we hear. The Doctor Who fandom has not always been toxic. The day that the fandom became toxic was the day that Jodie Whittaker was announced as the Doctor, right? And when the media then start putting out headlines like, well, if you're a Doctor Who fan and you're not down with a female doctor, then you're a misogynistic, sexist, whatever, bigot, right? Headlines like that.
Gaslighting.
And these Jodie Whittaker fans, right, or so-called Jodie Whittaker fans, I don't believe that it's all Jodie Whittaker fans that do it. Right, let's just say these J-bots, right? You get these, it happens in every fandom. We've seen it happen in Star Wars fandom, Star Trek fandom. They pander these shows to newer fans, but they're not fans.
Yeah,
Really.
activists.
Yeah, they don't know the history of a show, right? They only know about the history from articles that they read or influencers in the fandom, and they lap all of this stuff up. But I can tell you now, without a shadow of a doubt, that the fandom became toxic on that day, and it wasn't because of long-term fans like us. Yes, we were moaning that it was a female doctor, and I'll never hide the fact that I moaned it was a female doctor. I didn't believe that it fit in with the narrative of a show that has been successful for over 50 years to change it all of a sudden, because I knew why they were changing it. They weren't changing it because they were trying to do something different and to try re-energize the show. It was a political decision. It was an agenda-driven decision. Now, what happened was then you little muppets, seeing guys like me fight back and basically say, no, this is wrong. This is not what Doctor Who was all about. You completely got it wrong, right? And then yous are the guys then, as Lee has pointed out, in the time that I've been on doing this, right, and I've been on Twitter, I've been attacked from people associated with Doctor Who magazine, other magazines out there. As Lee said, a hate group was set up to target me and other individuals in the fandom and harass them, right? Being sent death threats, right? Has any of this ever been mentioned in BBC articles or stuff? No. They always go on about how inclusive they are and how, there's a safe space for
so
fans.
Inclusive, people have stopped watching it.
Then? Where's my safe space? Because I've been attacked and harassed for the last 5 years. You don't give a fuck about your audience. You never have. You're pandering to these twats, and you are actually going to get what you deserve. This show doesn't deserve what it's getting, but the people that are behind it will deserve everything. Their careers are going to be finished after this. I don't see any of these people that have been associated with the destruction of this show being forgiven, because I don't think people realize how angry the British public are. I don't think people realize how angry Doctor Who fans are right now. It's even, and Lee is right. This is worse than the Timeless Child reveal.
Yeah.
The thing about it is that I couldn't get emotional about it. I felt absolutely nothing when I watched that. I even said it on the panel. I just gone past being angry. The man just clearly has no.
I'm not. I'm still fucking.
But the man, I know you are, but it's not that I've gone past angry.
No.
It's gonna do me no good getting angry and screaming and shouting, because I don't want to get into that state again. What this man has done is unforgivable anyway. I said it from the beginning, but this is unforgivable. He just has no respect. He has no respect for canon or law. And yes, we know canon is a bit of pain in the arse, and I wish it wasn't, because this wouldn't be happening if canon wasn't a pain in the arse. So on one hand, I'm kind of thinking to myself, well, I wish back
it's
then.
laziness, because they don't want to be able. They don't have the nous, right, the intellect to navigate and to handle the long and winding history of this show and the lore and and all the canon that goes with it, because they are creatively bankrupt.
Yeah,
they are too lazy to deal and to tackle it, so they want to rewrite it in their image so it's easier for them, right? Well, and what they're also doing in the process is they are patronizing their audience, and this is why I cannot abide people who support this. I'm sorry, you are being patronized by this crap, and I'm not prepared to be intellectually taken the piss out of by a writer not fit to kiss the boots of Terrence Dicks or Robert Holmes or any of those people who come in, desecrate everything that has gone before them by much better people, like the people that I've mentioned, just in order to crow about how fucking stunning and brave they are and how they're taking risks. And so, listen, you can take risks, but when your risk is being so universally panned, maybe your risk didn't pay off, and maybe you shouldn't double down on it. Maybe you should think in terms of making creative risks rather than contrivances based on a politically motivated, not a creatively based one, but a politically motivated risk, which has alienated all the people that were loyal fans of the show, the general audience who have tuned out in their millions, all in the name of diversity and inclusion. If that were true, why have so many people switched off?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And again, as I said, our favorite YouTuber out there has been very active on Twitter. Again, as usual, trying to spin these ratings. Now it's gone to a complete new low, in my opinion, with his spinning. He's decided to use Disney Plus streaming episodes. So these are episodes that stream on Disney Plus and not actually stream on normal TV, compared to what Doctor Who does. So again, it's pathetic attempt because
and Disney, whose stock market prices collapsed, by the way, just saying.
So all I'm just going to say is, look, you know, as I said, there is a benefit to all these spin. You know, if you shill for the BBC, there are rewards, and you've seen that, and that's what he's in it for. And I want to make it clear that's why nobody should trust him.
And don't forget the same guy who's admitted that he's barely watched any of the classic Who. And
Exactly.
he's been lying to you the whole fucking time.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretending that he has.
Exactly, and he was exposed. He was actually exposed. I think I forget who it was, but someone caught onto it that he hadn't watched. So when he was defending last year, when he was saying that fans were the fans that were outraged, or not my doctors as they called them, didn't know what they were talking about, and that like many of him. I remember what a certain lady from the Time Ladies. Do you remember? She got the opportunity to write for was a Digital Spy or something, where she says how Chris Chibnall's Timeless Child. Go and find it. This is the headline. Chris Chibnall's Timeless Child almost fits into canon. Right? That was the headline, and they gave her the opportunity to write a bullshit article. Right? And this is probably someone, right? When they get called out, though, this is the funny thing. When they get called out of being not, you know, you only jumped on during the New Who era, right? This is what they'll do. They'll get a camera phone, right? And then they'll take a video of all their classic Blu-ray releases that they probably got for free off BBC anyway, because they work for the, you know, Doctor Who magazine, Time Ladies, they all work for magazine. So they get these free. They're not going out of their own way to buy these fucking Blu-rays, but this is what they do. And it turns out that the gobshite that was going around telling fans that they haven't got a clue what they're talking about actually hasn't got a clue what he's talking about. This is why I said YouTubers like that need to be ignored. This person in particular, which I won't mention his name, has done more damage in this fandom than a lot of other people, than a certain Mr. TV out there. It's done a lot of damage. There's a lot of vile individuals in this fandom that are using Doctor Who. And that's what this idiot does. He uses Doctor Who because there's benefits. And as I said, he recently did an interview with...
Well, he wants to be a writer, doesn't he? How's that going? Yeah.
But that's the thing. And this is why I'm saying, look, I've no problem. Like, Jamie wants to go on a channel, that's fair enough. But I wish that people that are connected with Doctor Who would be careful whose channels they're going on. This guy has aided and abetted harassment of others. He retweets other people's tweets.
He's a libelous, slanderous piece of shit. Say what it is.
Yeah, exactly. And to be quite honest, I think these people behind, well, you know, maybe Jamie didn't know that, fair enough. But, you know, I think these people should be doing a background checks on all these people before they turn up on streams, because it's not a good look. To the way it looks to me is that, you know, that the current regime supports all of this. That's the way I would look at it.
I think they do. I really do.
Yeah. Well, what in you've said it. In 5 years, how many statements have they brought out to talk about how the fandom's behaving and how the fandom should behave a lot better with all the harassment and the trolling that goes on? How many statements have they actually brought out? Zero. Zero. Right? And as I said, I've been attacked from members of the Doctor Who magazine. Ex-members, won't mention their name because they're a long time gone, good riddance to them. But you know who they are.
Yeah, funny how they seem to just fucking disappear into the night when they get what they wanted.
And they turned up again. Then
look, I'm famous now. I don't need Doctor anymore. Bye.
Yeah, they use, this is what happens, right?
Fake fans.
This is what happens. They've used Doctor Who as a platform to further their agenda. And then
their careers.
When their agenda is complete, what they do is they up sticks and they move on to something else. They're like locusts.
Mm-hmm.
They move from franchise to franchise and destroy it. And you know what? Doctor Who, look at, RTD, and I still do have hope. My hope is dwindling, and I'm not going to lie. Because he has to do something extraordinary now at this stage, I believe.
Yeah, look, depending on how this all fans out.
Sunday,
I am not coming back. If he chooses to ignore it, not good enough.
Right.
But at the same time, I will add, it's not his fault, right? Chibnall needs to tidy this shit up before he goes out the door. So and if he doesn't, he's the one responsible for fucking it up for RTD.
So that's what I'll ask you guys in the chat now. And I want everybody to respond, and I'll throw every single person's comment up as well, because if they're the powers that be are out there, are monitoring YouTube channels, I want them to see these are comments. So, Sunday, Chris Chibnall, the Fob Watch, there's still a way out. But if he reinforces this, right, because he's leaned on it, as Lee said, if it turns out that the Timeless Child is indeed the Doctor, and it's fact now, becomes canon, are people done with Doctor Who, or will they give RTD a chance even if he does a retcon it? So are you done, or does it have to be retconned, basically? So let me know in the chat. But Lee, you said you're done. I'll ask Melina the same question, actually. Melina, if he actually makes this fact and it turns out that, yes, the Timeless Child is indeed the Doctor, and all those things that Tectoyum described that actually happened, would you be done even with RTD coming back? Are you done, or will you still give RTD a chance? Oh, we've got silence. Hold on. Oh, she'll be right back. Lee, obviously we'll wait for Melina to come back, but it does seem to be a sticking point.
It's a red line. It really is. And to say otherwise is denying the reality of the situation, right? And of course, there'll be a lot of people on that side going, yeah, just fuck off and go. Yeah, it's ours now. Yeah, undoubtedly, right? I don't give a fuck what they have to say anymore. Frankly, I don't give a shit. You're idiots. Fuck off. Not interested. Right. So my point is, this is much bigger than Chibnall, much bigger than RTD. This is the longevity of the show, and fundamentally changing it from what it is. Now imagine someone growing up with the new era of Doctor Who, and it goes down this road and it's completely removed from what we've known and loved all these years. And then they go back and watch Classic and they're going to go, what the fuck is this shit? This isn't Doctor Who. And that breaks my heart, because it's, and all this talk of like, they're going to insert Joe in between the second and third Doctor. Look, if it's Hartnell or if it's Pertwee they're screwing over, that is still not on, right? Yeah. That is not okay. She has not earned that role. I'm sorry. She's been in, 2 episodes?
Yeah, and they've been just small little scenes.
And I'm sorry, right? This is the fact of the situation. She has been tokenized, right? If it was a gay character and me being a gay person, I would say the same fucking thing, right? You have to see that. What they've done with her is disgraceful. It's so fetishistic, the way that they've done this. It's undermining her as a character actor. It's undermining what they've done with that character. I don't think it should have been done in the first place. Why not make a really good, interesting female black Time Lord and bring her in, or give her her own show? Why do you not do that? Because you have no confidence in what you're doing and you're talking out of your ass. That's why. And I think it's absolutely fucking clear to me that this is typical white liberal racism in the terms of presenting in a patronizing way. Look at this stunning and brave black female doctor. It's usually white liberals who fucking think, oh, this is amazing. Oh my God, look how not racist we are. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I feel bad for her because I just think that she's been absolutely missold, this thing. And I think it's completely contrived and done for these political, modern day sensibilities. And I think it's racist. And I think that, undermining your own lead role character, the first female doctor, in this way as well, making her write her like a fucking moron, a sociopath who doesn't care about someone suffering cancer, who gets billions of people fucking killed. Even Jo Martin, when she appeared on the screen the last time, she was responsible for having like 2 passengers killed, right? Which can take billions of people's lives. 2 of them got killed. First time you think, okay, now you know there's something serious, but then did nothing and then managed to get the second passenger killed with lots of billions of people. So again, he's written these women doctors to be incompetent to the point that they've killed billions of people. I mean, like, how can you not fucking see how fucking ridiculous that is? Okay? And I think that's deeply insulting. It's a deep wound, and it could have been avoided if you weren't such a complete ass. And it's completely disrespectful. It's a complete disregard for everything that's gone before, as well as the people you're currently using. And I use the word using because that's what you're doing. And it's clear as day. And it's not, this is not how you do diversity and inclusion. This is so contrived and so insulting and fetishistic and baiting. And we've seen the queer baiting as well with Yaz and the Doctor. I mean, how can people not see that they're being patronized? It's absolutely insulting your intelligence, and you're sucking it up. And you're not angry about this. I can't understand it.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I don't
understand it.
Melina, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Can you repeat the question? Because I had to put on you on mute because I was getting a phone call. Can you please?
Right. Yeah. So I asked if Chris Chibnall doesn't retcon this because he still has the fob watch. It's still a way out, of course.
And yes, Chris.
Are you going to give RTD a chance, or are you done with Doctor Who? Basically, is what I'm asking everybody.
See, here's the problem. Before this episode, I would have. Oh my God, my job is done. I would have said, well, yeah, sure, no problem, with no doubt, without any hesitation. But see, after this episode, I'm not, now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like I don't trust Russell. I'm not saying that. It's just the damage has been done, and this is, like Lee says, this is worse than the Timeless Children. This is absolutely salt to the wound. And I will give Russell a chance to see how he's going to, I guess, to maybe help us forget that fucking bullshit era ever happened. If he's able to convince me that this shit never happened and he can write a good fucking story, then that's fine. And maybe if he's willing to ignore it, then I guess I'm willing to ignore it and absolutely just forget that this.
You know what? People used to say you could do it in a line, and I used to say no, you'd have to do a little bit more than that. But then I watch Ghostbusters Afterlife and I see the way they handled it. And you know, there is a very easy way of RTD actually doing it. In his very
I've always said he could do it in the line.
Yes, in his very first episode, Lee, he could basically retcon this whole nonsense by actually saying, I'm the Doctor, I'm something whatever years old, and I'm from
Gallifrey, exactly.
I'm from Gallifrey. So Lee, you've always said that, and you've always said that it could be done, and I kind of did disagree. And
But the will has to be there to do it. That's the
Yeah.
thing. And we have to make as much fucking noise as possible and
Yeah.
don't give in to
This
these
time.
little
No.
fucking sanctimonious prigs who just
No.
want to tell you that you're a bad person for seeing through this
For not
facile
liking
shite.
It's
Yeah.
bullshit. And
Because you don't like having your intelligence, like...
I'm with Lee. I'm with Lee in a way. I'm with Lee, and maybe I'm not trying to sound like bitter or anything like that, but in a way,
I'm
you know how if let's say that Russell starts off with the doctor coming in and saying like I'm 3,000 years old or 2000 over 2,000 years old. I am from planet Gallifrey. I escaped from Gallifrey. I stole his Tardis. Blah 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 blah. Like from its originality as it's supposed to. That to me is like that's enough. That to me is enough. Okay, so that means that whole timeless children is bullshit. And a part of me, and I'm gonna sound a little bit cynical here, a part of me wants that to happen, not just for the sake of the doctor's legacy, is because of the people who rave about this era, the people who say that this is the best thing that has ever happened in Doctor Who, the same people who bullied us and fucking harassed us and
I don't understand
all kinds of
shit.
names. The ones I want them to actually feel pissed and say, you know what, I don't want to watch Doctor Who anymore. And I'm gonna sound a little bit cynical here. It's like I want that in a way to happen so that they just don't,
these people don't deserve Doctor Who because they've been absolutely the most aggressive, nasty people I've ever fucking come across.
And you know what's the funny
everything?
part?
And I'll just say, sorry to interrupt you.
No, just
but if I don't say it now, I'll forget.
It's okay.
One of the things I keep hearing about, and I've seen it, like it's down as patter, right? It's like they've learnt the script, and this is what they say is the new party line. It would be insulting to Chibnall if RTD retconned the Timeless Child. I'm just like, are you fucking joking?
Really?
Are you fucking joking? Excuse me.
Destroyed stuff that other people have done.
Exactly. He has destroyed nearly 60 years worth. He's destroyed so many years worth of beautifully crafted stories. Yeah, of course, the canon isn't fucking brilliant either, but it's what we have. And if you try and go back and fix it, it's like you just make it worse. But the thing is, to say after what Chibnall has done, to say that it would be insulting to him to retcon this are you fucking crazy? Like, what an insult to everyone that's gone before who is much better than Chibnall could ever dream of being by 1,000,000,000,000 to 1. End of story. Fucking joke.
They want to get on all fours and get fucked. That's not my problem. But they can do it. And you know what's something that's so funny? My last name is Cordero. It means lamb in English, and I'm not a lamb. I don't have to follow the masses. All right. I think for myself. I'm an individual person and individual. And
well, that's a heresy these days.
The things that they said, and it's so hilarious because I don't have to put in my profile that I'm Puerto Rican female with depression and whatever, like most of them do. I've seen a couple saying like, oh,
you can't criticize them. That's exactly
I'm a Whovian who is autistic or Whovian who is in a wheelchair and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, fine, you want to put that's fine. But have you noticed that they put this in the profile? And it's like
Daniel doesn't do that, and he gets fucking piled on and terrible things said about him. Like, these people are fucking nuts, man.
And the time that how many times I was actually called literally white. Aren't you literally white? I was like, fuck you. I was like, why don't you come here and say that to my fucking face? I really would love for you to say that.
We were
like the guy who went after Peter Purvis put in his profile that he's a gothic Marxist. I was like, is there anything more fucking middle-class bourgeois than that? I'm sorry. You are not a fucking Marxist. You might be a god. You ain't and he's a big Bowie fan, so it pains me. But like Bowie would fucking scoff at you because you're a fucking conformist. You're a fucking totalitarian little shit. And I tell you something else, right? All these people, right? You know, they're all fucking white middle class little tossers, posers, and it's like you are white knighting your ass off for this fucking thing, and none of you fucking believe anything. So you just sitting there sweating in case anyone calls you a racist or a sexist or a homophobe or whatever. That's all you're doing it for. It's so performative, right? It's all for clicks. It's all for clicks and for allies, right? Not friends, allies, because it's peer pressure. They don't want to be different. They have to conform because they're scared of being people turning on them and cancelling them. That they're thrown together by fear and loathing.
I love this comment by Broken Gazamania. I bet Pip and Kay Jane are laughing at how bad Chimballs has.
They've been validated. Listen, they are fucking Shakespeare in comparison.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. So at least they tried. At least they tried, and
they cared about Doctor Who.
But they defended their stories because they were passionate about them. And I will always have the greatest respect for people like that. But I guarantee you, Chris, this is why we haven't heard from the main boss himself, or he's been at Comic-Cons since Series 11, because this man wouldn't want to sit there and experience
why don't you come on TV? Why don't you come on TV, Chibnall? Come on TV in front of an audience and answer some questions, bitch.
Yeah.
He won't. He's too.
Of course he wouldn't.
He wouldn't. And I mean, it's so hard to believe
curated.
How this man actually could love this show and call himself a huge fan. When I don't feel. Listen, I don't feel like he's doing it out of love, out of respect as a fan. I see it as
he's doing it pissing over it to mark his territory. That's what he's doing.
He's pissing all over us. He's pissing all over this
he's
show.
Not pissing all over me, love. I can tell you that.
With his sausage.
I'll go and flip those sausages. By the way, you've never asked about the sausages. They were lovely.
Oh, that's good. At least there's some good that came out of this.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, Chibnall is like the kind of person who is a guest in your home, and when he asks to use the bathroom and he doesn't flush. That's the kind of person. He just leaves a dump in your.
What's that smell? Oh, it's a Chibnall.
And it's Chibnall.
Yeah, it's a Chibnall.
And then when you try to flush it, you can't flush it because the damn shit is so long, and so you have to use the plunger and whatever, and then he leaves. So it's like, okay, you take care of it.
We're gonna have to start using Chibnall as a verb.
Oh yeah, when that goes wrong.
I've Chibnalled myself. Oh my god, I had a Chibnall myself.
It's ridiculous. And
that's it. When we play Fortnite, Melina blames Chibnall.
I blame Chibnall. Absolutely for everything.
Everything.
We do. And
that's it.
You know what?
And you know what? Sorry, Chibnall. You brought this on yourself. I don't know what the fuck you were thinking, but if you thought you were going to get plaudits and applause for this, forget it.
Maybe he did. Maybe he did. That's the scary thing about it.
Oh, yeah. At least he tried something.
Yeah, he probably thinks that what he has written as Gorman.
Billy Hinchcliffe did something different.
It's great. Oh, Ted doesn't agree with me. Chris Chibnall destroyed Doctor Who.
That silence is tacit agreement.
There. Oh no, Mammy was bringing him out. That's why. But no, seriously, man. This is the look. His legacy will be the man who either almost destroyed Doctor Who or did destroy Doctor Who. On Sunday, we'll find out.
History will not be kind.
But history definitely will not be kind to this man. I agree. I was outraged by some of the stuff that Stephen Moffat did, right? And everybody knows that there's certain things that I didn't like. If I weigh it up against what Chris Chibnall has done,
Not even close. Not even a
Oh,
Chibnall.
no, exactly. And you know what? While I still hate those things, if it wasn't RTD coming back and it was Stephen Moffat, let's just say, I would still celebrate that, because Anton is better than what this man, Chris Chibnall. Listen, the fact that he was the wrong writer to begin with, that people within the even industry that knew him were actually saying that, well, he's not a sci-fi writer. Like,
Well, Andrew Cartmel, who, Chibnall shamelessly ripped off, has come out multiple times saying he doesn't like this timeless child art. He thinks it's absolute rubbish. And we also know that his professional working relationship with Chibnall wasn't the best either.
fucked him off.
He fucked him off on Torchwood, didn't he?
Torchwood. Yeah, Andrew Cartmel was wanted.
So you steal his ideas, but you won't let him write for you. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And I saw a comment in my Facebook. Actually, again, this particular person who I still can't believe we watched Doctor Who literally together, and saying that that having the timeless children is what is good, because it helps to, what it said, build layers of the Doctor.
But it wasn't.
The layers are there already.
The layers. But hold on. This is the question we would ask. All of these people that are, and listen to me, I'm not having a go here. I'm asking a genuine question here, right? And I'll wait for an answer. So you do say that this adds to the story, right? That
it's a contrivance. It's a Deus Ex Machina.
Well, then explain it to me. Explain why we're wrong and you guys are right. Seriously, someone from the other side that supports this and says that this adds on to the law, adds on to canon, improves it, right? And also keeps the mystery. Explain it to me then.
No, you know what? I'm past the point of fucking listening now, because all I'm hearing is the same trotted out excuses and bullshit. Look, I see it for what it is, right? It may surprise a few people. I have a brain, and I tend to use my brain. And when I use my brain tells me this is a contrived load of bollocks. It's a Deus Ex Machina. It's a contrivance. It's patronizing. It's really, really failing on all levels to justify its existence.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, these people on Twitter are not capable of presenting me an argument that can present in any way any factual basis for why this is a good idea. There is no fucking way.
That's
fucking way.
Argument. Their only argument is that you're a hater, you're a sexist.
I'm a hater. Am I sexist? No. I'm allowed to dislike a fucking actress in a role because I think she's wrong for the role. Period. Full stop. End of story.
If I could open my Twitter again, and I would try to search when Jodie was cast, I have proof that I actually was excited for this shit. All right, famous last words, by the way.
We gave it a go.
About this, if I could go back on Twitter and show the moments where I said, "Oh, I'm looking forward to this." I actually have a Facebook post where I said, "Oh, this looks really cool. Oh, I can't wait to watch this. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Oh, this is perfect." Okay, so because people were accusing me from the beginning that, I'm like, I was the first people who was against it. No, I was not, bull.
And so what if you were? Right? So what? I'm sorry. If anything, this proves to me anyway, and I think a lot of people agree with me, not everyone, but a lot of people do. The Doctor is a male role. It's a male character. What was good for Missy and the Master doesn't mean it equates to the same thing with the Doctor. You can understand that the Master might use changing gender in order to fox the Doctor to, as a disguise, because the Master is a master of disguise. Fine. But this whole thing of changing gender was a recent retcon which Moffat seemed to capitulate to in his last season.
It was Neil Gaiman, though, wasn't it? It was him that wrote that bloody line in The Doctor's Wife that started all this nonsense off.
Yeah, more.
Right, so let's go back to where this actually originated. And this all originated in The Doctor's Wife, when the first time that we thought there'd be a possibility that the Doctor could actually change gender.
It's when he regenerated and said, "Oh, I'm a girl." But that was a joke.
No, but not just that. But not just that. That then was reinforced with the doctor's wife, as I said, where he mentioned the Corsair could change gender, and then that's when everybody started talking about the possibility that.
Or maybe have it so like certain Time Lords can for a specific reason or whatever, but it's not like every single one. Like
Master, I get your point, and you've always brought up that's why Missy worked.
And I love Missy. I fucking love Missy.
Yeah.
But what's good for the Master, or what I think was good for the Master, doesn't mean it works for the Doctor.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that. And let me tell you something. It doesn't. Don't try to fix something that was never broken.
Exactly.
Okay? O sea, I mean, sorry, I slipped in Spanish there. Ay, se me olvidó lo que iba a decir. One thing I wanted to mention is that regarding the comment that I mentioned in Face was saying that this is a good thing to bring out layers to the Doctor. So so in order to bring out the best, and I say that loosely, the best of Jodie, you have to destroy almost 60 years of canon in order to have Jodie's Doctor have a purpose in the show, in order to develop to have character development for her. So is that your style of writing?
And are they saying that all the previous Doctors are boring, didn't have any layers to them, the classic era was not interesting?
Mm-hmm.
And that you must, like, you love the show so much you want to see it fundamentally change in order for you to be entertained. Is that what they're saying? Yeah. That just seems absolutely ludicrous to me. It doesn't sound like a fan to me. If you're a fan of something, why would you want to see it fundamentally change so much out of recognition?
And it destroys everything what the Doctor stands for, and it makes, to have this timeless children bullshit, it makes the Doctor completely immortal. So all those
Space Jesus,
all those regenerations, all those moments that it was like, you know what, it makes it even sadder with Peter Capaldi's departure. It really, when I saw this last episode, and I'm gonna go finish quick, it really hit me. It really did hit me, and I almost cried, like after watching this previous episode, because it hit me harder than it should. And because
where's the drama? Like, they say it adds layers and drama, and all. By making the Doctor immortal, there is no drama, because like they can just regenerate every fucking 5 minutes if they wanted to.
Yeah,
and it changes. Like, where's the drama in that? Bullshit! It's a Deus Ex Machina bollock, right? It's a contrived piece of shit. It's badly written, badly presented, badly put together, badly everything. And people saying that this is exciting. Where's the excitement if the Doctor can't fucking die? There's no danger.
Yeah. Well, look.
Sorry, Melina.
No, Grant. Listen, what we'll do is that we will continue this conversation again, because I think Sunday is going to be a bit of a shit show, and obviously we'll have the panel. But what I'll do again is I'll bring Lee and Melina on during the week, like we've done this week, because obviously the series will be over. And what we'll do is just the three of us for this one. We will obviously go over everything that we saw. We'll talk about whether we're still
I was this close to saying to you, I'm not coming in for the last episode. I was that fucking close. I was that fuming.
I know. And I
will do it. I will see it through.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you. But then, obviously, we'll have another Tardis Zone special where we'll have the rest of you guys that are in the chat. If you want to come on, obviously, it'll be the end of the series and we'll talk about it. But I'm going to leave it there because I'm actually feeling a little bit woozy now. I don't know why. I must have had too much of those sausages. So I have to lay off them a bit. But look, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna chill.
He's gonna have such a serious chipnall later.
Yeah. I'll probably have a serious chipnall. But look, we'll leave it there. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do. And go and check out all of our review panels and all of that, and the watch-alongs if you just want to put yourselves through that. If not, join us this Sunday. We'll be doing it all over again the last week until the festive special, but I don't even know if I'll be doing the festive special, it'll depend on what happens next week. But I could be done with this era now. That's it. After this final episode, I wouldn't even give the next festive specials any airtime if it goes the way we think it's going to go. But we'll leave it there anyway. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for all your comments.
Thanks for putting up with my ranting. I will never back down on this. I am absolutely fuck. I don't give a flying fuck if I'm going to be barraged on Twitter after all this, or Noel's going to get fucking loads of. It doesn't matter if they downvote it anyway. I've said all this because the last fucking few years we've been fucking pussyfoot around these fuckwits for long enough.
Listen, what you said tonight represents how a lot of fans feel right now, and as you said,
the true fans,
and it's the truth. That is the bottom line. It's the truth. It's
don't accept anything that these fuckers say on social media.
Exactly.
They are fucking traitors to Doctor Who. They are Vici fans. They are cheering on the end of the fucking the Doctor's character of the show. Everything about the legacy, all those wonderful writers like Terence Dicks and Robert Holmes and all the rest of them. These people's reputations and work it's an insult to them, frankly. Yeah. And that's what Chibnall represents to me. And anyone who supports this fucking dreck doesn't deserve Doctor Who, frankly. It's too good for them.
They've been drinking the Kool-Aid. They prefer to drink
Man, have they just.
Yeah. They have. And with that, we'll leave it there. I want to thank my two special guests tonight. Hopefully we'll do it all again next week if they have the will after what happened Sunday. We'll see. And we will see you then. So good night, folks. Have a good one. We'll see you soon. Night.
Bye.